We haven't had a start with a motivational quote in a while, and you know I love it. So now, quote, leave room in your schedule for serendipity. The random coffee, the unexpected call. Magic doesn't schedule itself, it shows up. Most people are too booked for miracles, so build in the blank space. That's where opportunities land. And now, let's take off. New Day Northwest starts right now.
It's a new day.
Now, from the Virginia Mason Franciscan Health Studio at King 5 in downtown Seattle, this is New Day Northwest.
Good morning and welcome to the show. I'm Kelly Hansen. We're going to be making some delicious pastries here in a minute, but first, I wanted to chat about something that seems to always be a constant in life: change. And producer Joseph joins me now, and my friend, you and I have both been at King 5 for more than a decade. We've seen lots of changes over the years, and now is no exception. Big changes behind the scenes and how we're getting our content to viewers. What can you tell everyone?
Totally, well, now is fall, time of change, right? And
yeah, true.
You can't avoid it seems like. But yeah, behind the scenes, we are super busy trying to figure out the best way to reach all of our viewers, right?
Yeah.
We know you all watch us on TV like you probably are right now, or you can stream us on King 5 Plus. We're trying to reach on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all of the places where people watch video.
Absolutely. We're doing a big push with vertical video now, which is amazing. I feel like I've been in that digital space in YouTube for
You're a
long
pioneer.
time. No, but thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
What are some of your favorite video sources? I love this question because I love hearing where our viewers are,
Yes.
watching us.
Well, obviously, besides King 5,
True.
I'm a big YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram person. I think a lot of millennials are. What about you?
I know. I was going to say I scroll on TikTok probably a little too much. I didn't want to download that app because I knew I would become obsessed. But I get a lot of good ideas like recipes, just little fun trends,
Totally.
fashion. Oh, I'm on TikTok shop too much. Instagram, and then YouTube. Love watching just long videos. Kind of reminds me of Netflix and everything else where you're streaming,
Totally.
Series over and over again.
And you can find King 5 on all those platforms.
See,
Yeah.
easy peasy to watch us in New Day. How do you handle change too? I feel like this is an important question because change sometimes can freak people out or it can energize you.
You know what? I'm not going to lie and say, I love change. It's so easy, but you know what? It's just one of those things in life you cannot avoid it. It is going to happen to you no matter what. So I try and lean into it as much as I can. I could try to say that I'm an early adopter, I guess, sometimes, but you know what? You just got to go with the flow.
Yeah.
Because what else are you going to do? I don't know.
I know. I agree with you. I think leaning in, like you said, and I might be a weirdo. I feel like sometimes it does energize me a little bit to switch things up and see the different possibilities.
Totally.
So,
and a little nervous energy will push you to do things maybe you haven't done before. So.
And if you're nervous, you care. So
Yes, exactly.
I feel like never lose that in that passion. Thank you so much, Joseph. I appreciate you.
Yep.
And now, trick or treat. Today we choose treats because everyone deserves something sweet. This first guest is helping make sure that's possible by giving culinary education to those in need. Welcome Heather Hodge, co-founder and culinary director of the Pastry Project. Hello.
Hi.
I feel like congratulations are in order.
Thank you.
Because you guys have a new bakery. What can you tell me?
We do. So our space in Pioneer Square, where we've been teaching folks for the last 5 years, it's a really beautiful pastry kitchen, and we decided to finally open up our Dutch doors where we serve folks for our soft serve for a bakery.
Oh my gosh, remind people too of the Pastry Project and the mission if they haven't heard of you all.
Yeah, so we started the Pastry Project a little over 5 years ago with the mission of making baking and pastry education more accessible. And we do that with a 20-week intensive. Folks apply to the program. If they get in, they come to our kitchen for 20 weeks and we train them to make pastries like the ones that you see here.
Oh my gosh, you brought so many pastries, which we're gonna get to in a second. They all look so delicious. How long has this been something you all have really wanted to do to open this bakery?
Yeah, so funny enough, when we opened our space in October 2020, we know what it was like in 2020.
Yes.
We thought that we would be a bakery. And then we knew that we needed to be flexible, do what we needed to do at that time. And so earlier this year we said, it's time. Pioneer Square is busy, it's blossoming, it's vibrant, let's do it now.
Oh, yes, perfect time. You brought so many delicious things in. What all did you bring, and are these all options that people can get at the bakery?
They are.
Okay.
So just some fun information.
Please.
So our menu is handwritten every day. And so it really is what we want to put out there that day. But these have made it on the menu every day since we've been open. This is our maple pancake croissant. This is our breakfast bread, maybe my favorite item. It's a molasses bran bread with a citrus turbinado butter.
Oh my Lord.
Our perfect chocolate chip cookie.
I made those with you.
Yes.
I feel like a couple years ago. So good.
This is our apple toffee upside down cake, and it has a cream cheese whip and extra toffee sauce on top. And then in a little bit, we're going to be making these creme brulee croissants as well.
Okay, I feel like we should just jump
Should we
right
dive
in then
Okay.
to what we're making today. Creme brulee croissant.
Love this.
Okay.
So this is probably one of, they're all our favorite items, you know what I mean?
I know, how can you pick a favorite?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But this one is like a labor of love because we make our beautiful croissant dough. It's a 30% whole wheat croissant dough, which I think is really special too. So it has a little more nutrition and flavor, but it's incredible and delicious. And we bake it off with a little tin in it so that we get this little space for our vanilla bean custard. We bake that off until it's just perfectly set. And then I have this heavy simple syrup. So it's just a super saturated simple syrup. And I'm gonna brush the edges. This is gonna help prevent the croissant, that baked croissant, from burning when we torch it, okay?
Okay, I'm gonna follow your lead.
I
and
love
do-
it. Yeah, go for
Okay,
it.
it's almost like painting.
Yes, it's
just
like
a
painting
light layer.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so that moisture is going to just help prevent burning from happening and excessive burning. We want like a little bit of toastiness, right?
What did you just sprinkle
This
onto? What was that?
is a caramel sugar. And so this is sugar that's been caramelized, solidified, and then blended up until it turns into a fine powder.
And that goes in the
goes in
middle
there.
over
just
the custard?
a little sprinkle.
Okay, not too much. I have
Yeah.
a heavy hand, especially with baking. Okay,
I
here
love
we go.
it. That looks great. And then
Whoa.
we're gonna actually torch this, okay? So this torch is pretty powerful. What we're looking to do is we're looking to just melt that caramel sugar. Got to do a little turning as we
my
go,
Lord.
right?
That is really powerful. That
It
is
really
not
powerful.
your average blowtorch.
No. And I personally like my caramel on like a little bit of the dark side so that this pastry has that bitter, sweet, salty, crispy, all of the above. And so that is a finished creme brulee
How long would
croissant.
you want that to be cooled down for? Or like, and you are looking for a little bit of like the burnt caramel.
We want a little bit of that toastiness. It
Yeah.
adds so much flavor. And so we'll serve this within like minutes of it being done.
Okay, because you tell me when I can dive in and taste
Well, you know
test
what?
that
I just
too.
finished those ones, so I think that you should try that.
Okay, so while I'm trying this one too, how can people sign up and learn from you all too at the Pastry Project?
Well, now is the perfect time for you to be asking that question because our applications for our 2026 cohort closes on November 3rd. And so if there are folks out there who have faced barriers to entry in the baking and pastry industry and are looking for a career in the industry, they should go to our website, thepastryproject.co, go to our mission, and they can find the application link there.
This is so good. It's toasty. Creme brulee is one of my favorite desserts, but this is
Us
just
too.
packing everything perfect. I'm gonna keep trying. How did you learn how to bake? Where does this passion come from?
So I knew since I was a child that I always wanted to be in food and beverage of some sort. After finishing high school, I went to the Culinary Institute of America in Hyde Park for baking and pastry arts, and then started my career. And I started it right after the recession essentially started. And so it was really hard, and I, along with many other people, weren't able to fully complete their education in other ways that they maybe wanted to expand. And so that really inspired me, along with my co-founder's own values, for us to go ahead and say, well, let's make baking and pastry education free for people who want to access it and haven't had the opportunity. So that's what we do.
Oh, and you're living the dream right now. What is your favorite thing to bake? Can you even choose?
Actually, I do have something.
Okay.
Because students ask me this all of the time, and I think it's twofold. Okay, so my favorite thing to bake is cream puffs. It's the very first thing that I learned to make in the kitchen, baking. I think I was in like the 5th grade. And today we make a really beautiful French patisserie style cream puff that has crackling on it, and we fill it with a vanilla bean cream. And it's just a perfect bite to me, and I think it's just fun, and it's like magical to see this little piece of pastry, this little dollop of dough that puffs into this huge thing in the oven, and yeah. So
I
fun.
feel like I also have to taste
what
you
try
said. What was this
breakfast
again?
bread.
Okay.
So this is the breakfast bread, and when we decided we were going to make this, I was telling people about this like 6 months ago. I'm like, I'm going to make this like bran bread that has this whipped butter on it. And people were like, this is not going to be good, right? It's not going to be
so
fun.
good.
But it is so good. It's so fun. And everyone at the bakery, all of our team members, everyone that works in our kitchen, I think that this is the thing that we all reach for the most.
It's so moist. Is there like a citrus? What's on like top that I'm
there's
tasting? Orange?
and-
Okay.
Yep. So it's a whipped butter with orange, turbinado sugar, and a little bit of flaky sea salt. And here's the thing, like I can eat this every single day.
I can eat this every day.
and feel like it's not over the top. Like the bread itself is like fairly low in sugar and oil and all of that, and so it has tons of fiber in it. But it's delicious too. You know what I mean? It's
so
like a sweet treat
delicious.
that's not overly sweet, but fun.
This is perfect. This is what I would want, like savory,
Yeah.
not overly sweet for
Yep.
the morning, but still
Yep.
a little zest.
Yep, exactly.
Thank you, Heather, so
Thank
much for being here. This
you.
was a blast. The Pastry Project's new bakery is open Thursday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And our next guest is all about living life fully, abundantly, and free of alcohol. Get inspired by her modern guide to sober living. Plus, the Seattle Storm aren't building a legacy on the court. Coming up, they're reshaping the very streets they call home. And from a box of parts to an out-of-the-box creation, meet the man transforming IKEA furniture into high-end designs. Breaking away from the societal pressures to drink and living meaningfully without alcohol is what this next book is all about. The Sober Shift, a modern guide to living an abundant, sober life, is now on store shelves. And joining me now is the book's author, Suzanne Ware-I, who is in Seattle for an event tonight. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Such an important topic. I want to talk about the event in a moment, but first, what really motivated you to write this new book?
Yeah, so when I quit drinking 5 years ago, I really knew nothing about sobriety. I had so many misconceptions. I thought you had to call yourself an alcoholic. I thought you had to wait for rock bottom. I thought moderation was the goal, and it wasn't until I quit drinking in January 2020 that I started to slowly realize, wait, I think that is all a lie. I think that is put in place by big alcohol to make sure we keep drinking. And so once I started figuring out these kind of truths about sobriety and that it's not this ho-hum, stone cold kind of life, I wanted to share it far and wide because I didn't see any books sharing this bright side of sobriety.
Yeah, and what can you tell us about your journey now that it's been 5 years, which congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's been, it's been a whirlwind. It's been the most meaningful journey of my life. That decision that I made 5.5 years ago, I look back on it so fondly always because it changed my life. There's such freedom in being able to tell the truth about your doubts about your drinking and just your fears maybe about your drinking when we've been taught not to talk about it. And so I was able to do that, and that it releases the anxiety and the shame that alcohol had always brought into my life. And then to connect with other women who also were feeling that way, and just to be able to tell the truth, it's been the joy of my life, really.
Gosh, beautiful.
Yeah.
And you've made your book really easy to consume. Subtitles, now it's your turn titles. Why did you feel like it was so important to include those parts?
Yeah, I didn't want it to be, it is part memoir, but I wanted it to be part guide. I wanted it to feel like I'm holding your hand through this. Quitting drinking can be so scary when you don't know. We've kind of been taught that sobriety, you're always going to be wanting alcohol and wishing you could drink. And I don't want the reader to feel that. This book really shifts the perspective from, drinking being a privilege and sobriety being a punishment. It's not that. And I wanted it to feel like I'm holding their hand through it all. And yes, I'll tell my story, and then maybe that gives them the courage to start to tell theirs too.
Beautiful. And you created spaces and support. You were talking about this with the community, other mothers on their journey. So was that important to you to kind of build a community around that for your recovery?
It was so important. You know, as I started sharing on my Instagram, like, hey, I think that alcohol is a big trick and we don't have to wait for rock bottom and moderation is a myth, I started hearing from hundreds of women saying, oh my God, I thought I was the only one. And when I just kept hearing that over and over, and I knew, I was like, okay, we all have to get together. We have to sit in the same room on Zoom and just tell our stories so that we don't feel alone.
And what are some of the perks and benefits of living alcohol free?
Oh my gosh, where to begin? I mean, yes, like, sure, the smaller pours, the better,
no hangover,
better sleep. For me, it's just being able to trust myself no matter what, no matter where I am, being able to come home to myself, and it's just been so healing.
And you have mocktail recipes, I understand, in the book. What are some of your favorites? How did you come up with these recipes?
Yes, so my favorites in the book, Orange Fire, I love. It's kind of a combo.
What's that?
It's like orange sparkling water with a dash of orange juice and jalapeno simple syrup, which is so good. I love the mixing of, like, yes, a little sweet, but also I need spicy or a sour, so I need like some complex flavors so that I'm not just like downing sparkling water every day, and then it feels a little bit special.
Yeah, and then it's not overly sweet, because some of those mocktail recipes can be filled with sugar and other things, and not everybody wants to drink that.
Yeah, it's not just a Shirley Temple.
Yes, although in a pinch.
Although those are good.
Where can readers meet you too and hear more about your new book?
Yeah, so I will be at Elliott Bay Book Company tonight in Seattle. If you're not in the area, come on Instagram. I'm at Suzanne Where and I love to rebrand sobriety and ruin alcohol for people. I'm also on the Sober Mom Life podcast. That's my podcast where I talk all about it.
I know. I want to talk about, why do you think you have a huge following on Instagram? What do you think is the secret, and why so many people are drawn to you and wanting to be part of that community?
Yeah, you know, I think that I tapped into something when I started to share the bright side of sobriety. I think that people have assumed that sobriety is kind of dark, you know, in church basements, and something not to be proud of. And when I started to really share and be out loud about my sobriety and really sharing the peace that it can bring and the connection, I think that, people really grabbed onto it, and I'm so thankful.
The message resonates with people. And your podcast, where can people find that, and what is that about too?
Yeah, so that's called the Sober Mom Life Podcast, anywhere you find podcasts. And it's all about motherhood and sobriety. You know, we've been taught that alcohol makes motherhood easier, and that could not be further from the truth. It makes it so much harder. And I just invite real moms to come on to share their story. You know, these aren't big, sensational rock bottom stories. These are the small moments that moms lose when we turn to alcohol to try to cope with the real needs that moms have. Like, we're exhausted, we're overwhelmed, we're lonely. Those are very real needs. And when we're taught that alcohol helps, it doesn't. It makes it all worse, and then we get addicted. And so we talk about the needs that moms have and how to actually, help
heal
those.
And not put what you think is a Band-Aid on it.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you so much for being here. This was a wonderful conversation. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
And again, Suzanne will be at Elliott Bay Book Company tonight at 7 p.m. for a discussion and a book signing. And coming up, scroll-worthy content. We're sharing our favorite social media follows that bring the laughs, the good vibes, and the chocolate. Who's lighting up our feeds? Stick around to find out. In a world overflowing with content, finding the gems can feel like scrolling for a needle in a haystack. But lucky for you, we've done the digging. New Day producer Susie is back with a few of her fave follows. I'm not just saying this. This is one of my favorite segments.
I do love this. I love doing this. So the first one we actually both follow.
Yes.
Who would have thought that mowing videos, they just don't seem the norm for a big follow. But I think because this combines humanity and our need for chaos to go to order. And I think that combination. So Spencer, he's now 26. He lives in Kansas. He has had a mowing business for the last 10 years. Let's take a listen.
Oh, please.
Business. I just noticed that your sidewalk and your walkway and your grass was kind of getting overgrown.
Yeah.
I was wondering if I could clean it all up for you, and I'll do it for free.
So this is what he does, and it's oddly soothing.
That's what I was gonna say. It's giving like ASMR a little bit, but it's not even about that. It's that human interaction too, like you said. And I think I love the before and after.
Yes, he's non-judgmental.
Yes.
He tries to help out in neighborhoods where it looks like somebody hasn't been able to get to their lawn, sometimes in years. And it's just I think we just love a transformation.
Yes.
And he is so popular. His first TikTok had 6 million views in one day. He's now at 50 million followers and 3 billion views. And I can't get enough of it. I can't
either.
Amazing.
I think because too, all the different angles and the tools that he uses and the way it's edited, he moves so fast.
Yes.
It's so relaxing.
And you could watch longer versions, like hour-long versions on YouTube, but I like the fast.
I do too, especially when you're scrolling at work. Sorry. To my manager. Okay, next.
So this one is about lunches, and this is Tyler Yan, and he's a stay-at-home dad who spends a lot of time making lunches for his daughter. And his site is mostly about those lunches he packs for his daughter. Let's look.
Let's pack my daughter's lunch. Today she's having a whole lobster tail, some broccolini, Parmesan truffle fries, organic strawberries, and dark chocolate.
Did he say lobster tail?
Yes, he did. And this is kind of the video that started it all with the lobster tail. 1.6 million views in a day on this one. They all start the same way. Let's pack my daughter's lunch. Those are frog legs.
Oh, wow.
Viewers are a little dumbfounded at the types of foods. And he won't say how old his daughter is, only that she's a minor. And she's been eating this way since she was very, very young. He's very into healthy foods. It's also quite interesting because people are actually angry when they comment. I think the idea that he won't use fast food or processed food,
Lunchables or something, is making them upset.
Makes them angry. It's kind of interesting, but it's awful.
I gotta follow that.
Yeah, it's oddly soothing.
Third, parenting, boomer versus millennial.
Yes, this is Taylor Wolfe. She's a comedian who riffs about motherhood, but what really went viral is when she was with her mom and they did the contrast in parenting from millennial to boomer. But let's listen.
Be careful. We don't say be careful anymore. Instead say, what's your plan here?
I don't even know my plan. Do you know your plan?
Don't stop and hit your sister.
Don't say stop, say gentle.
Gentle what?
Gentle hands.
Gentle hands is gentle.
Everything. Gentle everything.
I am so proud of you.
You're not supposed to tell kids you're proud of them anymore.
Why not?
Well, that's putting the focus on you.
What?
I'm so proud. Don't say that.
What should I say instead?
You should be so proud.
I am so proud.
No, it's back on you again. Hey, hurry up. We gotta go. Don't rush. We're fine. Don't rush her. Fine.
I thought we were in a hurry.
If you rush children, it makes them anxious. No hurry. You always rushed us, and I'm anxious.
Never rushed you. We were always late.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, so relatable.
She's not wrong either on some of that.
No. I want to get to your last one, chocolate guy.
The chocolate guy. Let's end with some sweetness. This is a Swiss-French chocolatier who takes normal, everyday ideas and products and people and animals and he does amazing chocolate work. His name, I'm going to butcher it, is Amaury Gichon. And he's been in the chocolate business for a long, long time, and it's really, really worth a follow.
Oh my gosh.
Amazing.
Thank you for all of these great follows and ideas. I love it so much, and you know I adore you. And up next, the Storm's new home is turning heads and sidewalks that celebrate sport, culture, and community. We'll talk all about that when we come back, so stay with us.
It's a new day.
Welcome back to New Day Northwest. The Seattle Storm are settling into their new home in Seattle's Inner Bay neighborhood, and it's more than just a state-of-the-art training facility. With bold murals and local art, the BECU Storm Center is redefining what a sports space can mean to a community. And joining us is Storm co-owner Ginny Gilder to talk about the team's growing presence in Inner Bay and what's next. Hello.
Hi, thanks so much for having me.
I love that you're here. Tell us about this new space and how y'all are settling in.
Oh, it has transformed the Storm as an organization, having our own home. And when we built it, we thought we were going to build a practice facility and offices, but it really became a home.
This
like a place
is so state of the art. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. It has a lot of natural light. It's a place where both our front office staff and our basketball players can hang out together. You look down on the courts, so you get inspired in terms of what's a good idea to do with a player. What about, what are they interested in? There's just so much more connection now.
What do you love about the neighborhood too, Inner Bay?
You know, we actually have been in Inner Bay since 2008 when we bought the team.
Whoa.
And it's a very interesting neighborhood. It's very diverse. It's a very industrial neighborhood. There is now multifamily housing. There's office. So for us, with our sense of loving diversity, we kind of feel like we belong there. Besides, it's kind of scrappy. It's a scrappy neighborhood. And the Storm, well, we're scrappy. So it really fits our sense of who we are. And they've been very, very welcoming to us.
I love to hear that. And the Storm is also using public art, I understand, to build deeper roots in the neighborhood. What can you tell me about some of these projects?
So we have a bunch of art indoors, which makes sense, right? When you have your own home, you want to do stuff indoors. But outdoors, we have 7 installations. And this one is the creation of our BECU mural, which is outside, which is really focused on supporting youth. Very important part of what we do. And there it is completed.
Stunning. Oh, wow.
So it's very cool. So you can walk by and see that. That's one of 7 outdoor installations. Here's another one, sidewalk art, right outside the facility that the city has teamed up with us to do. And this is really about the celebration of diversity, specifically girls and LGBTQ youth. And those round, like that blue thing is like the bauble of like hair ties that girls use.
Yeah.
So there's a combination of kind of the feminine and sports. This one is over the overpass on 15th and Dravis.
So vibrant.
Very vibrant. We've had different artists do each one. And this is really about inspiring people to go for what they dream of and to do their best. So there's kind of different senses of what we're trying to promote and encourage people to think about. And this is only 3 of 7. We have several more.
Oh, I love all those messages. That's so touching too. You also, I understand, have a personal project in the works next door to the Storm facility. Pickle at the Palms. Is it what I think it is?
It is so totally what you think it is. It's
pickleball?
Pickleball. Coming to this part of the city. It's the only facility being built for pickleball from the ground up. It's not a transformed warehouse. It'll have 20 indoor courts. It'll have a cafe that's run by Mainstay Provisions. And we'll have activities for people of all ages, lessons, competitions, and also we'll have outdoor art. There's a 200-foot long mural designed by a guy named Sam Wood that will be right on 15th Avenue West. Again, trying to connect people to the neighborhood and promote the whole idea of what sports does for you.
Yeah, so it's open to the public. Like I could go for lessons.
Yes, you could.
I need some lessons.
We'll sign you up.
Okay, sign me up right now. Let's get going. Do you play too? Is this
I do
a passion
play a little.
of you? Okay,
Yes.
okay. Maybe we'll do a little volley. Who knows?
Would love that.
Okay. What's your long-term vision too of the Storm's presence in the neighborhood, Inner Bay, and looking ahead?
You know, the Storm is fundamentally about community. We wouldn't be who we are without the city of Seattle and the progressive values that really define us as a city. So we want to be great neighbors. And for us, that means how do we help build up the neighborhood, encourage people to come there. And one of the things that's happening in Inner Bay now is you have Inner Bay Golf, you have Ballard FC, and Salmon Bay FC, and now you're going to have pickleball, you have basketball. This is now becoming a mecca for sport. And sport, of course, is not only a metaphor for connection, but an actual connector. So for us, the dream is to create more opportunities for people to convene and connect with each other.
Yeah, and I want to talk about those new opportunities. Seattle is also welcoming a new women's professional hockey team. What's your take on just the growing footprint of women's sports in the city? This is such an exciting time.
Well, I don't know if you know this, Kelly, but we're the only city in the country that has all 4 women's professional teams.
I did not know this.
Yes.
Go Seattle.
Yes.
I love it.
So it's a huge thing for us to be welcoming women's hockey. We love it. 3 of our players went to the Kraken game the other night. Erica went, Dom, and so did Gabby, to welcome some of the new women's players.
Oh, that's amazing.
So.
How do you think it's influencing the way like young girls can also see themselves in these sports and beyond just for their confidence?
I think that girls just grow up in Seattle thinking that they can do anything. And one of those things is sports. For them, it's not a question. They don't even wonder whether they could do it. You know, like, would I be allowed to? It's just, oh, I see that, I want to do it. That's what sports for women makes possible for young people.
That was beautiful. Storm Games, for someone that hasn't been, what would you want people to know about going and supporting this great team?
So our season will start next May, and it's going to be a great one. We have one of the best new players in the league, Dominique Malanga, who was a rookie this year. But mostly what it is it's a great community to be part of. It's a very family-friendly environment. The games are fun, they're incredibly competitive, but the feeling in the arena is one of belonging.
Thank you so much for being here. And I love all the information you just told me, and I'll see you on the pickleball court.
Absolutely.
And next, social media isn't going anywhere, so how can we help kids use it wisely and with intention? That's coming up right after the break. In a tech-saturated world, social media often gets blamed for everything from distraction and disconnection to anxiety and misinformation. But today we're exploring its upside if used intentionally. Parenting educator Marcel Waldman is back along with Jerry Blackburn, an adjunct faculty member at Seattle University. Thank you to you both for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
So Marcel, your mom, and Jerry, you work with young people obviously all the time. So it's great to get your take on this. What does it look like when social media is used intentionally?
Yeah, that's a great question. We were thinking about that and trying to think about how it brings individuals together, affinity groups, finding your people, finding connection, and then also thinking about the limitations that come with that. Because when you find your people, if you stay with just your people, the diversity of concept and connection are kind of limited in that.
So following, being a part of diverse groups in the real world, but also doing the same thing online is a really great way to keep that intentionality there and to keep that healthy kind of different perspectives of life and what's going on around you, as well as when it comes to our children, as we're talking about youth, really making sure that we know that we're setting them up for success in that way when it comes to social media, knowing that each of our kids are their own individual unique person and how developmentally ready are they, and if they are, these are some of the things that they can do to keep it in a healthy manner.
So let's talk about how parents can help guide their kids, starting with who they follow, diversity, but anything else that they should know.
Yeah. One big thing that we want parents to kind of understand is that when you hand them that device, and I'm one of those parents, my now 20-year-old was of that generation where you didn't think about it. It was just like, okay, all the kids have them. But I think it's really important to think of just neurophysiologically, they are now developing with that constant connection to everything that they have access to. And that's going to be part of their physiological development, just like if you were providing them any kind of substance or whatever it is, that's just who they are becoming. So I think that's a huge consideration in this process that we kind of stress.
With kids spending so much time too online, why are in-person friendships still so important and relevant?
Right. So I think, for sure, having been a kindergarten teacher myself, play is just so important, and real connection in real life, in real time. Being able to solve problems, being able to just interact and have those, kind of successes and failures and struggles, so that we're building those pieces of resilience and being stronger human beings, and just knowing that real conversation, like we're sitting here together, and real connection is just as important for our children at a very young age as it is as we are growing and becoming adults ourselves. So we need to make sure to continue that, but also know that this piece of social media and the world of connection within that realm is where we are. And so how do we, as we started this conversation, continue to keep that healthy while it is happening? I mean, it is part of our world, and we want to make sure to keep the healthy, positive pieces with that, while also connecting in the real world together.
Yeah. And so when does social media cross the line from healthy to harmful?
Yeah, so we did a recent presentation in our community, and get to look at statistics from the Healthy Use Survey. So pulling some of that, for our 12th graders, 25% of them report being on a device or on social media, on the internet, 5+ hours a day outside of schoolwork. So consider sleep patterns, other interactions, social connections, community. Like, just think of a full school day.
Where's the
It's like,
time?
yeah,
Right.
there's nothing.
Right.
There's
There's nothing
absolutely nothing left.
Yeah.
And so I think that that's a giant consideration in terms of harmful and helpful. And the other really concerning statistic is that 43% of our students in our area, which is endemic for the whole population, reported that the active use of social media, the internet and stuff, actually interfered with their capability of doing other things. And they could recognize it, but they couldn't do anything about it.
So I think part of that, to add to that just a bit, is just making sure that, limiting the amount of time and sort of, again, going back to when is our connection online and when is our connection in real time with real people. And just making sure that those healthy, we're eating, we're taking care of our bodies, we're doing all the other things that are important, especially when we look at our teenage population.
Yes, and when parents want to monitor, how can they do it in a way that builds trust instead of kind of taking over and helicoptering?
Yes. I mean, that is actually something we talk a lot about, right? I think we've also talked a lot about that snowplow parenting, where we're moving things out of the way and we're kind of clearing paths for our children. And I think it's just really important that we set those parameters and we set those boundaries. And if those are time limits, or like we talked about when we started this, finding those healthy ways of following things. Like, I have a 13-year-old and he only follows things that have to do with sports, especially baseball, so he's getting great information, he's delving into things that are important to him, but we also have time limitations on that and time to sit down as a family and have dinner, and keeping those things going as well.
We only have a little time left. Podcast, where can people find it?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, absolutely. So Parenting Upstream, we met actually on an online marketing group during COVID and realized we like to talk to each other. And so we started talking to each other about topics around youth development. So Parenting Upstream Hub is our website.
You can find it.
You can find that, and then other resources for parents and young people.
Amazing. Yes. Thank you both for being here today.
Yeah,
amazing. And next, think IKEA is just for college dorms and starter apartments? Think again after the break. Creative hacks for flipping the script on those iconic Swedish designs.
It's a new day.
If you've ever stared at a box of IKEA parts wondering how to make it look less basic and more you, we've got you covered. Joining me is Wesley James, the creative mind behind Brave Element here in Seattle. He's built a reputation for turning the off-the-shelf IKEA pieces into custom, high-end designs that feel anything but cookie cutter. And Wesley's here, obviously, to show us a few smart hacks. Hello, my friend.
Hi, thanks for having me.
I'm excited to talk about all your designs. We're even going to do some custom, cabinets together. But first, you say IKEA furniture is underrated when it comes to quality.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
So, right, like in the 90s, we all had like the $8 coffee tables from IKEA. You go through like 3 or 4 moves, it breaks. You're like, oh, this is not worth the money or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in 2025 now. I mean, they've made leaps and bounds in their quality, specifically in their kitchen cabinets. And most people just don't even know about it. Most people don't even realize that they make the kitchen cabinets. And they have world-class engineers designing the stuff, making it. It's got a 25-year warranty, which is unheard of in cabinetry. No one gives more than like a 10-year warranty. And they use A1 grade particle board, which I know particle board has people don't think it's great. It is. And also, it's all made in America.
Gosh.
People don't think that because it's a Swedish company, but the cabinets for the kitchen are made in America.
I would think, a lot of us say like, oh, I have IKEA furniture in my dorm, or when you're younger, and then you think like, I can't wait till I don't have IKEA furniture. So I'm happy that you're saying that it's okay that I still have some of that.
Not only is it okay, it's so it's more than okay. It's like, it's such a smart move for either a kitchen remodel, a closet, a bathroom, because you're able to save so much money on they're basically volume priced, right? And so you save so much money on that, you're able to splurge on maybe better countertops, maybe better flooring, or even, you know, of course, the custom doors, which gives you the high-end look, but you're saving like 50 to 60% on some of the custom shops around.
That's what we all want. How did you get started with this process of taking IKEA furniture and then making it custom?
Yeah, so I mean, I've been in cabinetry my whole life, since I was like 13, 14 years old, starting with my dad. And so just kind of always been embedded in me, right? And in my early 30s, I was a touring musician, and I was looking for a job just between tours and stuff, and I found an ad on Craigslist for an IKEA installer. Had no idea that they even did that. And so I got the job, but being in cabinetry my whole life, I just started seeing the potential as I was doing it. And one day I was like, you know, I bet you I can make this into a cool piece of furniture. I did. It was great. All of our friends loved it. And just as my career progressed in that, I just started seeing more and more potential in things that you can do. I mean, like, look at this. You would never even think that this is IKEA.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just, I think just with some creative mindset and a little bit of work, I mean,
you could take it up a notch. I want to show some before and afters, the work you do at Brave Element.
Sure.
We're going to look at some of these photos now. I mean, who doesn't love a before and after? What are we seeing?
Yeah, so this one is a local mid-century modern. It's all, God, that's a fir kitchen, all slab doors. And so obviously you can see, right, they completely demoed the entire thing. New floors, they put the slats up as a room divider. And but the fir slab doors mixed with the right tile, the right hardware, it looks straight out of a mid-century magazine. And again, you would never know.
Look at this. I love this.
This is pretty amazing. I don't know if you can tell on the bottom corner, that's a cat door that I cut out so they can have, this is a big storage closet, right? And on the far left, they're storing clothing. On the middle, they're storing like Christmas decorations. Yeah, the far right on the bottom, there's a litter box.
That is so sweet. That's so cool.
Yeah, and I love doing stuff like that.
Oh my gosh, look at this.
This one's amazing. This is a little bit more Japanese influenced. Most of their house has a lot of that style. And so they wanted to keep that vibe going. But obviously, as you can see from the before, it's
night and day.
Yeah, completely outdated. And, you know, we used mahogany, which they have mahogany throughout their whole house. And really kind of just paid homage to the style of the entire house.
Beautiful. Okay, look at this too. Everything is like so luxurious now and high end.
Right. I mean, and that's the idea. Like we take these high end doors, and again, you're saving money on the cabinet, so you can afford to do something like this. These are actually painted doors.
Wow.
And yeah, I mean, the green's really hot right now, and the brass hardware. And I mean, it just makes such a huge difference.
Whoa.
This really shows off how you can really get creative and custom. Now, this one is all IKEA products, all IKEA doors, paneling, everything. And with some creativity, you can really just elevate your space. I mean, look at that. I mean, that's just a regular home office. It's the same exact room, same floor, everything, but we just custom built it. And we did the crown molding, we did the framing, everything.
Okay, I want to get to what we brought today, starting with this one. This is IKEA inside. What did you do?
It is, yeah. So the cabinet box inside, as you can see, is white. This is IKEA.
Yeah.
The black paneling, wrapping it, is also from IKEA. Extremely affordable material to give it kind of just like a frame. Now, these are custom doors.
The doors are beautiful.
They're awesome. This is solid hickory.
Wow.
No one is using solid wood doors on IKEA cabinets except for us. And, you know, I mean, they're pricey, right?
Yeah.
But, and then we took the same material and wrapped it in these slats to give it a really nice elevated look. And then, again, you just put some really custom, cool looking hardware on it.
I know, the hardware is really working for me.
It's amazing. And so, you take some pretty basic materials with a little creativity, and you come out with a really custom piece.
You're so amazing. Okay, and we're also moving to this one where I actually I get to pick my custom cabinet.
Yeah, so this is a basic IKEA cabinet, right? And this is a door that you can get from IKEA. To give you an idea, I mean, this door is like $16, right?
Whoa.
Like but you can see how basic it is.
Yeah.
Most people don't really want this in their kitchen. It's more of like a laundry room or office or something like that. But yeah, as you can see, you
I'm
can kind
gonna
of
pick
choose.
this green one because you
totally.
said the green color is really hot right now.
It is. So yeah, we'll take this one off.
Okay. That was easy enough.
Very easy, yeah.
Because that always feels a little overwhelming that you think it's going to be a little difficult, but that's not too bad.
Totally.
I'm going to help you with this green door.
Great, yeah.
Okay. And where does this baby go? Just click it on?
Yeah, we just click it in here. We've got this. There we go.
Whoa.
Come on.
I can't get over how easy that is. That's amazing.
And then there you go.
And you also have some other options. I was obsessed with this. What am I seeing here?
Yeah, so that's a cane door wrapped in a walnut frame.
Whoa.
And you know, that's good for like if there's you got like a DVD player, cable box, speakers behind it, things like that. So you can kind of hide it, right? And then you have this really nice elevated custom piece. But you know, you're hiding the IKEA cabinets as well.
Wow, Wesley, you have blown my mind. Thank you so much for being here. I can't get over how easy that was, or at least you made it look very easy.
Yeah, for sure. It's easy for me.
Okay, there we go. And thanks so much for spending time with us today. You can check our website for more of our content, and you can always send us an email to share your thoughts. Don't forget to enjoy your new day, and we'll see you next time.